Hey, Missy Bunch here with Movement IQ, and this video is 5 unconventional ways that you can troubleshoot your sciatic issue. First and foremost, you want to take a look at this image because, as you can see, the low back and sacrum are kind of important when it comes to your sciatic issues. You guys have seen the same exercises a million times. Stretch your piriformis, figure 4 stretch, do all these things. I wanted to give you things you might have never tried. So you want to make sure that this area is not numb. The brain doesn't like numb things, and you can't rehabilitate when your brain is threatened. So what you want to do is, typically we'll have you lie on your back, but I have Ryan standing so that you can see it clearly. You'll have someone that you trust test your low back, and they'll ask you with your eyes closed, does this feel like this? And you will answer, it does. Does this feel like this? Does this feel like this? And then I simply just do a graze over. Ryan, can you feel my fingers touching all over these areas? Okay, so first things first, make sure you're not numb in this area. The next exercise is all about your pelvis because of where the nerve root comes out and down the leg. Ryan's going to face sideways. He's going to soften his knees. Make sure he's in a long spine, chin parallel to the floor, jaw, neck, and shoulders relaxed, and tuck his pelvis under and pull it back. Okay, this is called an anterior-posterior pelvic tuck. It's super simple, but that doesn't mean you can do it. Okay? After you've cleared this movement, we're going to move on to the next. This one is specifically important because it unjams your SI joint. Muy importante, okay? Heels stay on the ground. Long spine. Bend the knees quite a bit. Chin parallel to the floor. He's going to lift his hip to his armpit. And notice, this is moving and this is moving. Standing up might be too challenging for you, and that's totally fine. I would love if you lay on the floor and try this and see if it's even possible. Sometimes after just this exercise alone, people get a ton of relief, so give it a shot. Now, go ahead and face forward. We're going to connect all the dots, front side, back side, for pelvis circles to make sure that you're competent with your pelvis. Soften the knees, tuck under, lift the hip up to the armpit, pop the booty back, and hip to the side. Once you dissect this movement, you're going to connect the dots and smooth it into a smooth circle. The more intelligent your low back and your sacrum are, the lower your discomfort is all over your body, not just in your sciatic nerve. This is a crowd favorite. It's called a spinal roll, and you're going to do just what it sounds like. You're going to lengthen up super tall and roll through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Chin to chest. Take a breath there. Make sure it's possible and pain-free. Then one vertebrae at a time. You're going to roll down oh so slowly. Arms heavy, head heavy, jaw relaxed, looking down. Soften the knees when it feels comfortable for you. Take your time. When you get to a place where you naturally want to stop, take a breath, bend those knees a lot, and then you're going to roll up from the sacrum, up the low back, into the mid back, one vertebrae at a time. This should feel so good, and honestly, for a lot of you, it's going to be quite intense, so go slow, take your time, and never move into pain. The fourth exercise for your low back is going to be called the Ragdoll. For this guy, you just soften your knees. You go up and over like a candy cane with your low back. The top shoulder rolls forward. You round at your belly button, head heavy, arms heavy. Use gravity as your friend. Roll all the way through center. Your focus is on your lumbars here because why? Everything comes out of the lumbars through the sacrum, L4, L5, S1, S2, S3 for sciatica. Stack the shoulders up on top of each other, ears on top of each other, then roll up from your low back, mid back, and all the way through your head. All right, we're going to give you a side view for this so you can see it. All right, up and over, whichever way he chooses. He's going to keep his shoulders over his hips in the beginning. Drop the top shoulder. I'm holding the pelvis. You can use a wall here to keep your sacrum on the wall. Let your low back leave it. Arms heavy, head heavy, rounding through the spine, opening the back side of the vertebrae. Stack and slowly come up. And the very last exercise that you want to troubleshoot for your sciatic issues is called the tibial nerve glide. And if you've never done a nerve glide, what you need to know is that on a 1 to 10, you need to keep this tension at about a 3 because this is not a stretch. This is tensioning a nerve in a very specific way that is completely targeted to your issue, okay? Now, why tibial nerve instead of all the other nerves of the lower leg? It's because most people's complaints are going down the back of the leg. Yes? Am I right or am I right? So the sciatic nerve splits off from back of the leg down into the knee, and it splits off into 2 parts, okay? One goes up into the front, called the common peroneal nerve, and one goes into the back and supplies the bottom of the foot with information. And that's why we're going to use tibial nerve glide. Here we go. You sit super tall. You pull your flesh out from under you so you feel both your sits bones. I'm working on my right leg, so I'm gonna wing my left leg away from me, bring my right leg to meet it. Then I'm going to hinge forward until I feel a little pull on the back of the leg, like a little hamstring stretch. And I do feel it right here. Rotate the shoulders towards the side I'm working on. Bow my head. Relax the shoulders, jaw, and neck. Take a breath. Now, I like to check in here and make sure everything's okay. And it has to be on the back of the leg somewhere. Here's the magic. Internally rotate, dorsiflex, which is toes to nose, and then pinky toe to outside knee. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten. This is slacking the nerve, so there's no tension. And the exhale is stretching it out as long as possible. 3 to 5 reps here, and gently come out. Now, to be noted about this, the magic is in the last 3 moves. All right, here we go. One more time, a little quicker. Internally rotate, dorsiflex, bada bing, bada boom. There's the mojo. Inhale, exhale, straighten. Make sure you feel tension on the back of your leg. Is this everything I would do to help someone with sciatic issues? No. But I wanted to give you guys some fun things to try that maybe you haven't tried, you haven't seen, you haven't heard of. Because as always, I like simple, effective, and fun. Let us know if you have any questions. Drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And we hope that that actually provides value and gives you some relief.